So we've got a big task ahead of us, listing 10,000 DVDs, but I'm very determined. I'm just quickly back in the store today. We've got a Facebook Marketplace pickup. I spent the last day at home. This should be coming out after the office cleaning video. So I've got another video idea coming up, so I got to get ready for that, and going to do a bit more listing. So I'm just going to pack up some DVDs here. My idea is to see how many DVDs we can list in 24 hours. Remember, our motto here is, if you don't list it, you've missed it. So that got me thinking, how many DVDs could we list if I just really knuckled down, kept my head down? How many could I do? They have a barcode. I'm gonna have to clean each one. I won't be cleaning the discs. That happens when we're shipping the items out, but I'm gonna clean each item, photograph it, list it on eBay, and pick a price and post it for sale. And I want to see how many we can do in 24 hours. So before we can do that, I really need to get ready. I'm going to grab as many DVDs as I can. Those are in the back room, so let's see what we can find. So we've got our DVDs filed away in these huge shelves. I can't exactly remember if they go maybe 4 or 5 deep. We've got a few missing here because those are the ones that we listed already. I think those were Blu-rays actually, so I had grabbed those and listed them, but it goes right down here, right down to the floor. So I'll set up a time lapse here and load up some of these DVDs into boxes. Well, that was strange. I just had an item that was $9.99, and then I had someone reach out and say, hey, can you do 19 on this item? And I was like, yeah, I'd love that. If you want to send an offer and it lets you overpay for an item, if you want to give a tip or whatever, that's great. And then they said, well, it won't let me. Can you adjust it? So I put the price up to $19. So fingers crossed. We'll see. If someone pays double the asking price, that would be maybe the 3rd time that would have happened, because we've had a couple of times where I don't know why it did let people send higher than the asking price, and we accepted it and they paid. So hey, I won't question it. If people want to do that, that's all good. Thanks for the tip. Okay, now what I figured out is one of those towers completely filled. They're 4 DVDs deep, and we can fill 6 of the large size Home Depot boxes from one tower. I don't know if you guys have seen the Wonka movie, like the new Charlie and the Chocolate Factory film with Timothy Chalamet, but our family loves it, and it keeps making me think there's a part where they're trying to persuade the police officer to go to the dark side or whatever, do something bad, and there's that song where he's like, 1,800 boxes? Oh, deal.
1,800 boxes? Oh, deal.
It's all got to get listed anyway, so at some point it's got to get in these boxes and it's got to get listed for sale. because if you don't list it, you've missed it. So I'm just gonna pack as many boxes as I can and bring them home. I've got a couple of dollies here. I think it's gonna be a few road trips to bring all this home, but we'll see. Anyway, back to packing. Just an update on the guy who sent an offer for over asking price. I did put the price up to $19 like he requested, and then he sent an offer of the original asking price of $9.99, which I accepted, and then somewhat inevitably we got this cancellation request, but it was worth a shot. Okay, well, that took the whole morning, but it's done. I have officially grabbed all the DVDs, and I thought the best way to do it is just to wait. I should look on this side. Obviously there's a green light where the camera is, so I need to get used to looking at the light. Yeah, I thought, well, let's just get everything, because sometimes if you put stuff in your way, then it annoys you enough that you just get on with it. So that's the idea there. I'm just gonna put all these DVDs right in front of us, and then we've got no option but to list them. They will get listed. A well-deserved drink break. So I've packed up 33 boxes, and I was gonna say make sure you've always got some empty boxes on hand, but usually most people don't have 33 boxes laying around like that. I just bought a whole bunch of those big Home Depot boxes when we were first ever packing away the thrift store to make some space for our shipping container to come over. I'm gonna count all the boxes, all 33 boxes, as big as that, because even though some are smaller, we've got a whole bunch of DVDs at home that are not listed yet. So there was 94 DVDs on one level in the Home Depot boxes, and 3 levels times 33 boxes. Some of the cases will be empty, and we've got some extra ones at home. So quick maths, beep boop, beep boop.
2 + 2 is 4, -1, that's 3, quick maths.
It's 9,300 DVDs. Plus we've got a lot more at home, and tons of disc only, which I bet there's must be 2,000 disc only. So I'm just gonna make it an even 10,000 DVDs because of the 33 boxes we just loaded up and the boxes we have unlisted at home. So we've got a big task ahead of us, listing 10,000 DVDs, but I'm very determined, as I'm sure you can tell by the way that I was loading up there. And I was thinking about this listing challenge. I definitely don't think I'm going to be able to list 10,000 DVDs in one day. There's just no way. There was a guy that I was watching yesterday, he was talking about getting computer programs or spreadsheets to list 1,000 or 10,000 things in a day, or in a couple hours even. But what I thought for this challenge, because yeah, we can make the rules here, I'm gonna clean them ahead of time, and I'm gonna separate them into shipping codes, so small and large DVDs. So all the box sets I'm gonna leave to the end, and then I'm going to use the disc onlys as the overflow if I really plow through everything. But we've got something pretty cool coming up. So the next video, or one of the next videos, is going to be a 24-hour listing challenge. So that's going to be live streamed on YouTube. Tune into that, and once we've listed the DVDs, we'll do an announcement video which says how we did and what the aftermath of that is. but there's also going to be a really cool thing that we're doing with the DVDs after we've cleaned them and listed them. We're going to release a very special video, so stay tuned for that. I was motivated by another YouTuber, Rachel Strickland. So she did a 24-hour listing challenge. Hers was different because she was tackling her death pile. So that was random items that she was trying to clear space around her house and just tackle one at a time. And if you're not listing the same type of thing over and over again, it's definitely a lot slower. So this challenge, I'm trying to do as many as I can with barcode items, which should be very easy to do and very quick. So I'm excited to see how many I can get done. But if you haven't checked out Rachel Strickland's channel, then jump over there and check some of her content out. It's worth watching if you're an eBay seller. So these DVDs, they're part of what I'm going to call the Big Six. So in the Premier League in England, if there's any football fans out there, real football, or soccer as the Americans call it. I think the Irish call it soccer as well. But anyway, the Big Six. So the Big Six in our store to tackle were books, which are all done, magazines, which are all done, and then the 4 that are not done yet are DVDs, vinyl, cassette tapes, and CDs. So, you know, if you have things looming over you that you have to do, I'm sure you know that feeling of dread. You might think, oh, I've got all this stuff to do, and it can seem overwhelming. So the books and the magazines, those were done over many weeks. And for the DVDs, because they can happen quickly, I figured the best way to attack this dragon is just to go at it with everything we've got. And just being able to check off one of these Big Six is going to be, it's going to be a relief that they're done, that they're listed, because if you don't list it, you've missed it. And then we'll only have 3 big beasts left to go. Well, there is actually a 7th beast, which is the biggest of them all, which is the everything else. But it'll be nice just to get these 6 things are the majority of the big collections that we've got to get through. So let's slay this dragon together. I'm excited. Sometimes when you have a big task ahead of you, you have to take some big action. So this is us taking some big action to slay this dragon. And hopefully it motivates some of you to do something similar. Not a 24-hour challenge, but just to go and find something in your death pile. For anyone who doesn't know, a death pile is just those things that you set to one side that is on the someday list. I'm going to grab the orders from the store, the magazines or the records or whatever that's sold from here, and then I'm out of here. Wow, there was more stuff sold than I was expecting, and I actually don't have time to grab everything. So just quickly, here's a few things that I'm bringing home to ship. How to photograph the Canadian Rockies. Griffin loves Phoenix. And then a few tapes sold. Carly Simon, the best of. Exit O, or Exit 0, Steve Earle and the Dukes. Themba Tana and African Heritage, Songs and Drumming of Africa. Some magazines sold, all the ones that I could find quickly. Guitar magazine with a Kiss cover, that is April 96. Downbeat magazine with Frank Zappa, October 1969. There's tons of those on our store. Like, check out our eBay page if you're interested in any items like this. We have a lot of magazines. And then this guy bought 2 Sports Illustrated. He paid for double shipping. He bought them separately, so I'm going to refund him for the difference on one of those shipping out together. Okay, don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Hopefully a whole morning of loading up DVDs was worth a like, but I'll leave that up to you. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you don't list it, you've missed it.